My name's Anthony Hawkins. I'm the chairman of TerraThermo Limited. We're a hot, dry rock geothermal development company based in Ireland, but with a project focused on Germany initially.
Okay then, so can you tell us about the projects that you're working on right now and what are the status of these projects?
Yeah, sure. So we started this program about 2 or 3 years ago when we started with an FTG survey over 5,000 square kilometres in Lower Saxony. And we're really using that as our base to integrate various subsurface data into and we've done that to apply for 2 permits in Lower Saxony that will be the basis of a hot, dry rock geothermal project.
Okay, so you speak about hot, dry rock projects. That means that you're going to need some sort of stimulation technology. So how are you going to address this kind of limitation?
Yeah, very good question. Well, to start with, stimulation in these reservoirs we think is at these depths is possible and technically has been proved before, for example in the Genesis project in Germany, and there's some great work being done in the US and Canada at the moment to improve that technology, and we really want to bring that US technology into Germany. There's a few different options there. We're particularly excited by one, which is an electrical reservoir stimulation technology that's been done by a company called Eden Geopower. And we've teamed up with Eden to assess the suitability of our acreage with their technology. And we think that could be a real game changer for, not just for Germany, but for the deep hot dry rock geothermal technology projects in particular.
Since we're talking about stimulation in Europe, it's kind of a controversial topic.
Yeah.
So how are you planning to address that challenge when it comes up?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think you need to be very careful to distinguish between, stimulation for oil and gas and stimulation for geothermal. As we know in Germany, you cannot frack for oil and gas developments in shales, but there is no ban on stimulation for geothermal projects. And we're very keen to make sure that we do this, responsibly and in the right way. And as part of that, we're looking at these alternative technologies like the electrical reservoir stimulation. Our projects are deep. We're not targeting any faults or any zones. We're looking for geologically quiet areas where we can stimulate the reservoir using pretty low pressures, in fact. And we think that's enough to develop a geothermal system. So we're not looking to do industrial scale stimulation or fracking anywhere. I think that's really important and distinguishes us, I think, from some of the other developers.
Okay then, developing deep geothermal in Germany is kind of an unconventional business approach for geothermal. What's the reasoning behind this business strategy, and what further potential do you see for deep geothermal in Germany?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're very technically driven, technically led. So, first of all, we're looking at the geology, and we think that Germany does have the right geology for this technology. And then, Germany's got a very supportive, fiscal regime for electricity generation, and really it can be at the forefront of developing it through Europe. There are a number of basins we think we can develop this technology, implement this technology on in Europe. So really, Germany can serve as a pilot project for the rest of the industry.
Can you tell us about avenues for further growth of TerraThermo? Are you targeting any other sites within Germany or even maybe outside Germany?
Yeah, we're looking at a few different sites in Germany. I won't give away too much at this stage, the work in progress. But we think that also we've got a sort of a similar strategy to find these by flying Air-FTG surveys. We were the first company to fly an Air-FTG survey for geothermal purposes in Germany. We did that back in 2022, and we've got plans to do that in 2025, 2026 in other basins. And we think that can be a very powerful tool to screen for opportunities and integrate it with other existing data, and bring those projects on stream after the first 2 permits that we've applied for.
From your experience of doing the Air-FTG surveys in Lower Saxony, what further lessons have you learned, or what strengths have been reinforced for this technology that you can bring to other new projects?
With Air-FTG in particular? Yeah, so let's address the challenge first, right? It's getting access to the data, right? So I still think there are things that can be done in Germany in that regard to help. But if you can integrate the Air-FTG data with existing data, you have a very, very powerful tool. I think we should be encouraging that, and it's particularly useful for heat projects for municipalities, for cities, where you can't do the 3D seismic surveys or they're expensive to do. So, I think that's the second area that we'd focus on. We're a project developer mainly for hot dry rock deep geothermal projects, but we will also focus on flying these FTG surveys to give the industry really more data that it needs to make wise decisions about where to drill and where not to drill.